Black people, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me in my new microphone? I want to say hello to everybody. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. And today we're going to talk about Farrakhan. I dropped in on Farrakhan's Savior's Day this year, which was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to give you a review of Savior's Day and also tell you about some real suspicious stuff I saw going on the internet, where it looked like social media companies were seeking to ban him on every available turn. They might even try to block me. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. Y'all know what it is. We're about to get started. Get comfortable. Buckle up, seatbelt. We're getting started on drboycetv.com right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to co-sign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say hello to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out the name of your city. Shout out the name of your business. Also, if you have a Black-owned business, shout out the name of your business. Put it in the chat so other Black people know what you got going on. Also, put your hashtag B1 in the chat. Hashtag B1 means that we are Black first, and we don't apologize for being Black. Being Black is something that we are proud of. Being Black is a blessing. Being Black is a great opportunity. Being Black is the opportunity and the blessing of a lifetime, if you ask me. So if you agree with that philosophy, if you agree with that being Black is amazing, put a hashtag B1 in the chat. Also, give me a yes. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay and hear me well, because I'm testing different microphone settings. I want to make sure I'm coming through all right. Let me know if I'm coming in too hot, too loud, or something like that. That's fine too. But I want to make sure I sound okay. All right. So anyway, guys, let me ask you all this. How many of y'all know about Savior's Day and Louis Farrakhan and what they were doing down at the Nation of Islam this week? Anybody know about Savior's Day? Okay, well, let me tell you, Savior's Day this year. Savior's Day is an annual event hosted by the Nation of Islam. Minister Louis Farrakhan is the keynote speaker, but there are several other brilliant speakers that they line up before him, from Ishmael Muhammad down Nuri Muhammad, a lot of great smart people. Dr. Wesley Muhammad, I saw him there, etc. Now, here's the deal. So this year's Savior's Day was a very big deal because it's what the minister refers to as his swan song, which I assume that means that this will be his last presentation on Savior's Day. I'm under that assumption. That was the energy that I got. And anyway, so I wanted to go to Savior's Day this year. The Nation of Islam called and invited me. They are like brothers to me. When I go in there, when I roll up in there, I get so much love from all the NOI brothers and the sisters. And I want to just give them a shout out right now and just let y'all know, if y'all want to see what the future of the Black community, if you want to see what Black people are, how Black people are going to take over the game, you need to look no further than the Nation of Islam. If you look at the Nation of Islam, what you will see is something that is very special, very unique in that space. You see Black men and Black women that are just super solid. You see Black men that are well dressed, highly articulate, very respectful to women, as brave as the day is long, extremely disciplined. Anybody, give me a yes in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. That's why you love the Nation of Islam. That's why, and white people that are listening, FBI agents that are listening to see what Black people are thinking. If you want to know why Black people love the Nation of Islam, I believe it's because they do things that y'all can't teach us how to do. Can't no white organization I've ever seen, can't none of these white allies from the Democratic Party take a Black man who just got out of jail after he's been traumatized by your damn prison system where you're making money off of us. They can't take a Black man out of jail, scrape him off the ground, pull him away from a crack addiction, and turn him into a fine, upstanding citizen of the Black community. Ain't no public school ever created that I know of that can do that with a Black man. Ain't nobody out here even trying to do that. And the reason they're not trying to do it is not because they overlooked it. It's not because they couldn't figure it out. It's because they don't want to. They don't want to. America is not built off America could not have built itself off of solid Black people, because solid Black people would have said, you're not going to exploit us. Solid Black people said, no, you're not going to take my family. Solid black people would have said, no, you're not going to use my children and make trillions of dollars off of my people and give us nothing back. So the world, America built itself off the assumption that its black people would be broken down enough, ignorant enough, backward enough, in the struggle enough, hooked on drugs enough that you can play them like suckers every damn time and they're going to go right along with it. Well, let me just say it like this. The Nation of Islam ain't just woke. They like extra woke. They're like no dose woke. Like what you doing? They're hyper alert woke. Like they know, they see the game. They can break you down better than you can break down yourself. So that's why, if you want to know why America hates the Nation of Islam, it's because it's like, God damn it, we can't exploit a group of people that are being led by people like that. We can exploit groups of people that are being led by ignorant rappers who stay hooked on drugs and got 18 babies, mamas, and want to shoot black people in the street. We can exploit that group of people because they'll just go along with that, whatever. We'll just run a good ad campaign and control their minds. We can exploit black people who think that having your female performers run around shaking booty like big hoes and promoting obesity and act like they want to suck a white man's penis. We can control that group of people because they don't know who they are. They don't know the power and the beauty of a black woman. They don't know the value of a black woman. So people like that are easily exploitable because their self-esteem is low. You can always exploit somebody who has low self-esteem. But one group you can't exploit is you can't exploit the Nation of Islam. You can't exploit the men. You can't exploit the women. The men will fight you. The men will line up, and they have more discipline than you. The men will do their homework and study you. The men, there was guys standing next to Farrakhan like this, super well dressed, super perfect, a very sharply dressed, and stood there just like this for 5 hours. Farrakhan lectured for 5 hours, and there was a man that stood next to him for 5 hours just like this. There were several, not just one or two, not just a couple. It was like 40 or 50. So here, that's why. So if you ever want to understand why black people love the Nation of Islam, it's because they represent something that they would love to see. I bet a lot of black women, they see these guys in the Nation of Islam, well-dressed, very respectful, very intelligent, very ambitious, very visionary. And they say, damn, I wish I had a man like that. I wish my raggedy ass, a man who sits around and smoking weed, playing Xbox all day and drinking, living in a liquor bottle and got 14 babies, mamas. I wish he would kind of pay attention to some of that. I'd like to have a man like that. My children will be safe if I had a man like that. Right, I would feel emotionally secure if I had a man like that, right? And then the men look at the black women in the Nation of Islam and they say, wow, those are strong, super strong women and super capable, and they can lead like crazy, but man, they respect their men. They understand how to love a man in a way that empowers him and doesn't break him down. They're not caught up in the gender war and this whole agenda of getting black men and black women to hate each other. They're not buying into that. How did they escape that? How did they escape white feminism? My Lord, that's not possible, right? So black men look at women in the Nation of Islam, and I don't care what kind of, to pay attention now. You could go up to the most raggedy thug on the planet. I'm talking about you can walk up to a pimp, and if he sees a woman from the Nation of Islam, he's gonna say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, let me open the door for you, ma'am, because they command that kind of respect. So Nation of Islam women are a special breed. Nation of Islam men represent the future of the black community. That is why, if you want to know why I rock with the Nation of Islam, that is exactly why, because I see that and I see young men and I say, man, that's a fine young man. I could have a guy like that on my team. I would go to war with that man. That man's going to show up every day. That man is not going to be afraid. That man knows who the hell he is. That's what you need in your community. Here's what you need. You need that times 1,000. Now, I understand. I get it. Maybe the religion part is something that you're not interested in. Maybe that's not your thing. And I think it's okay. I acknowledge all of that. But my Lord, if you're looking for Black Man 2.0 and Black Woman 2.0, y'all need to go check out the Nation of Islam and what they're doing. Y'all know I spoke at the Muhammad University of Islam twice. And do you know that talking to their 14-year-old high school students was like talking to graduate students? They were asking questions that graduate students, when I taught at Syracuse University, they were asking questions that the graduate students were asking. Seriously. So I'm just giving you guys, I understand. I know that there's a whole history. I know that there's a controversy. I know that there's the stuff with Malcolm 50 years ago. I know that I hear all of that, but I don't care. I don't care. This is the best you got. You're pretty leaning on Democratic Party in Chicago public schools. Your ass going straight to hell with that. You ain't going nowhere with the public school system. Public school system cranks out. They mass produce ignorant black people. They mass produce 100,000 black kids every year that can't even read. So you don't turn away from that. You don't turn away from your best and brightest. You don't turn away from a few good men and women. That's what you got in the Nation of Islam. Now, that's why I went to Savior's Day, and that's why I went down to Louisville. My wife and I went down to Louisville, Kentucky. We decided this year to sponsor the Black Achievers Banquet this year. So I went down to the Black Achievers Banquet. Black Achievers gave me my first scholarship when I was in high school. I didn't deserve one, so I owed it to them. So I went down there. We wrote a check. We sponsored the banquet, and we went there, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. We loved those people down there. But I said, we got to go to Savior's Day. The NOI invited us. I respect them. I want to go and see Farrakhan and show support before it's too late. So we got in the car in the middle of the night, and we drove all the way back to Chicago. We canceled our plane ticket for the next day and just got in the car and just drove to Chicago so that we could be at Savior's Day this year. Now, here's the deal. Here's what's interesting. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I really need you guys to take a moment, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, stuff like that. Because when you start talking about stuff that's really empowering black people, that's when your so-called liberal allies start playing games. They start playing games. They start blocking social media platforms. When you start really empowering black people, they start trying to cancel people. They start going out here and using their propaganda to shut people down. They start spreading rumors about people. Farrakhan, in their mind, that word in the Nation of Islam, that term is toxic. It's toxic in the minds of these racist people. So what they'll do is the minute you start talking positive about the Nation of Islam or Farrakhan, they start playing these funny games. So I need your help. So please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe. Also, if you'd like to be a patron of this channel to help us get more done, you can go to intelligentblackpeople.com. It's not a charity. I'm not asking you to give money. I will give you stock picks. We give you special access to events in the Black Business School. There's a lot of perks that come with a membership. But that membership really helps us because it helps us get things done. Because y'all know that ain't no white man gonna write a check to a black man talking like this. Y'all been seeing me do this consistently for 12 years. It's not like I'm pretending. You can't pretend for 12 years and 18,000 YouTube videos. You can't fake that. So let me keep going. All right. So hit the thumbs up. But so here's the deal. The interesting thing about white social media, and I'm gonna have to be brief here because I've got a meeting in a little bit I have to go to. But a couple of things that's fascinating about about white media's obsession with shutting down Farrakhan is so I noticed when I was at the event. I was watching Brother Nuri Muhammad give a brilliant presentation, and they were raising money. Organizations have to raise money. You have to fund the institutions that you believe in. There's nothing wrong with the Nation of Islam saying, "Hey, we got bills to pay. Can you help us pay the bills?" I'm glad to support that. And so I'm watching Nuri name off all the people that made donations. I saw Baby from Cash Money Records gave, I think, about $20,000. I think 2 Chainz was there. There was Brother Ben X and Rissa Islam were there. There were a lot of great people there and a lot of those people were supporting. And so I said, okay, let me go ahead and support because I didn't bring my checkbook. I have credit cards. I don't travel with checkbook. So I got on the website, noi.org, to donate. And I said, look, I talked to the man next to me. He was a sprightly 80-year-old man. He'd read Elijah Muhammad's How to Eat to Live, and he was about the healthiest 80-year-old I'd ever seen in my life. I still don't believe that he was 80, but he showed me his driver's license to prove it to me. And I said, hey, look, the website's not working. And so that I said, man, that's peculiar. Okay, well, maybe I'll find another way to get the money. I know Nuri, I can reach out and send my money another way. But then I checked on Instagram. And I saw Jeff Lightsey Jr., who's a partner of mine. I just seen Jeff the other day in Louisville. And Jeff did an Instagram live, or not live, but one of those, I'm not shorts, what do they call them? The little 15-second clips. I forget what they call it. A story, Instagram story, where he also had tried to go just watch the event, and he couldn't watch it. The social media platforms had blocked it. And then I saw somebody else say, man, it's a damn shame how I went to Facebook. And Facebook had blocked it. So I said, okay, we're getting into conspiracy territory. They have conspired to block Farrakhan's speech. Now, I want you to really process that for a minute. I need you to process that for a minute. How many of y'all love Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam? Give me a yes in the chat if you are a fan. I know some of y'all may have reservations. I know some of y'all may not get the religion. I know some of y'all may even have an issue with what happened with Malcolm X many years ago, which Farrakhan has acknowledged. I acknowledge that. I brought up Malcolm X's name when I was sitting right next to Minister Farrakhan in an event we did together in 2013. It was he and I on stage together, just he and I brought up Malcolm X. I know that was awkward, but I think it's okay to love Malcolm and to love the nation at the same time. I think a lot of members of the nation would agree with you. How many of you love Farrakhan and love the Nation of Islam? Have a respect for them. Give me a yes in the chat. Okay, so pay attention now. If somebody loves you, then they should love or at least respect the things you love, right? Like if I date a woman, let's say I'm single and I'm dating a woman, and she says, I love my baby. Can I really logically and honestly tell that woman, I love you, but I hate your child? Give me a yes or no. Would it make sense if I say, I love you, but I don't like that little son of a bitch? Hey, he can go. It's me, either me or him. He got to go. How would that sound? It would sound crazy, right? Now I want to backpedal a little bit. So you got your white liberal allies, these Democrats or whatnot, who say, we love black people. We want to make sure black people get the jab first. That's why, because we care about you. We care about you staying alive, and we really want to make sure you people are good because we love you and we need you to vote in the next election. But then when you say, okay, well, if you love us, why can't you at least respect? Don't you ain't got to agree, but just respect the fact that we love Farrakhan. Well, nah, he's a racist. He's an anti-Semite. We're gonna block him. And so they not only tell you repeatedly how much they can't stand Farrakhan, but they do what they can to block you from even hearing from him. They don't even want you to even hear what the man has to say. And let me just tell you, as an advocate of free speech, as a scholar, as a thinker myself, a person who blocks you from information is not your motherfucking friend. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't tell me you my friend when you're blocking me from the things I love. How can you say that you're my ally when you are going out of your way to restrict my access to information that I told you that I want? I told you I wanted to hear from this man, and you're blocking it without my permission. You're violating me. You're violating me. How in the hell you Negroes out here talking about these are your allies when your allies are blocking you from the people that are here to save your damn community? The black community is in a state of hell. Around the community around Mosque Mariam, I talked to the 80-year-old brother that I was sitting next to, and I said, "What has changed?" He said, "I joined the nation in 1968." I said, "What's changed about Southside Chicago since 1968?" You know what he said? He said, "The young people, they done gone crazy." And I know why they gone crazy. Because you done filled the community up with drugs. Your allies did that. Biden did a lot of that. They done locked up all the fathers in the community. Biden, your ally, did a lot of that. They ain't educating the damn kids. Kids coming out of school can't hardly read or write. Your allies did a lot of that. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that your allies ain't your allies. Your friends are not your friends. Your friends are your enemy in sheep's clothing. I don't have the ability to finish this podcast right now. As much as I want to continue, I have an obligation that I have to meet. I have a meeting. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to address this again later on today. So come back to the channel a little bit later, and I'm going to finish this discussion because there's a lot more to talk about in terms of what's going on. But I just wanted the community to know. I want to lend my little platform out there to say that something was going on. You should be offended. They were blocking your ability to get access to information. And part of the reason that they block you from hearing from Farrakhan is because they know that much of what he says is correct. They also know that that man is smart enough that if you put him toe-to-toe to debate with even the smartest white people on the planet, he will knock their block off. He will not. Everybody who attacks him, he has challenged them to a public debate, and they have all declined because they don't want that debate. you can't get out here and defend white supremacy. You can't get out here and defend your racism. You can't get out here and pull your dirt into the light and then explain the dirt. You rather keep the dirt in the dark. That's why they've refused to have a public debate with him. Does anybody remember back years ago? Go look it up. If you want to, anybody who's young, too young to remember this, go look up Farrakhan's appearance on Donahue. Go look at his appearance on Donahue and watch how he broke down those people. And this was 35, 40 years ago. Ain't no telling what he could do right now. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. I'm going to come back actually and address this topic a little bit later. Unfortunately, I have to run because I've got a meeting. But anyway, guys, if you want to support the platform, you can go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's the URL on the screen. And also, you may want to text voice to 31996. The text message is a way for us to communicate in case they shut me down, because the propaganda is very real, and that's a possibility. So we always have to be prepared for war. The war Ukraine ain't the only place where there's a war. There's a war right here in your country. You just don't even know it. So text the word voice to 31996, and I can hit you with a text message when I go live in case I have to go to a different platform or whatever. But I'm telling you, this is very interesting. I'm going to talk about this topic a little bit later. So God bless you guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Take care now. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.